I'm Nicole Guillaume with Guiding Echoes, and this is my review of the Wild Wisdom of the Faery Oracle, created by Lucy Cavendish and Selina Fenech, also published by Blue Angel. So, as usual, Blue Angel is keeping up with their traditions of a wonderful deck that comes in a glorious box. So again, we have a very nice, sturdy box that your collection comes in. It includes a 188-page guidebook, which we're going to go over a little later today, but you can see it's a nice, thick book, lots of great information in it. It's a big book, so it's the size of a normal book that you would find on your library, or I should say in your library. And of course, what you've been waiting for, a set of 47 cards. So let's take a look at the cards right now. So these are what the cards look like in this beautiful deck. Selina did such a fantastic job on creating the artwork for this deck. As you can see, the pictures are radiant, beautiful. They are just shining with so much positive energy. I absolutely love this deck. So you'll see that these pictures are easy to read. The cards are easy to read. Most of the pictures are warm and inviting, and they make you want to work with the fairies. So one of the things that I enjoy most about this card, or about this deck, is how easy it is to get lost in the details of the cards. When you look at the cards, you'll notice that each card seems to tell its own story. You don't even have to look at the words on the bottom. You can just look at the pictures and ask yourself, what story is this card telling me? What is the message? So this is a really easy deck to read intuitively. If you want extra guidance, of course you can read the messages on the bottom. These are one of the main purposes for the deck, is to give you those messages from the fairies. So on the bottom of this one, we have stolen in her sleep, unaware, unconscious, and unawakened. So that's a powerful message right there, don't you think? And when you combine it with the other cards in the deck, you're going to have a message that resonates with you. And of course, these are messages directly to you from the fairies. So when you look at each card, again, they tell a story, and they serve as portals into the magical land of the fairies. I love that the pictures ignite feelings of inspiration, curiosity, and wonder. And they really do tug on the heartstrings because they're relatable. A lot of the pictures and even the comments on the bottom are all things that we can relate to. I mean, who doesn't know the pain of letting go of a close relationship, or the excitement of following your dreams, or the joy of an unexpected gift? So such topics and more are portrayed in these cards, which is one of the reasons I know you're going to love this deck. So let's go ahead and take a break from the cards so you can get a sneak peek at the guidebook. So this is my review of the Wild Wisdom of the Faery Oracle guidebook. It's written by Lucy Cavendish, and it is 188 pages long. You can see it's a good size book. This is going to fit right into your library. We have the nice binder and everything going on, so it is a gorgeous book. It has a nice gloss, nice title page, nice layout. So let's go ahead and dive in here. So as you can see, we have a table of contents, so that's useful, of course, if you're looking for a specific chapter or book. Not all Oracle decks come with the book that has the table of contents, so this is actually a pretty nice benefit to a guidebook. That's not something that's typical in other decks. We also have directions on how to work with the fairies. So in this book, Lucy Cavendish will discuss how to communicate with the fairy realm. She also talks about the different fairy symbols and the best time to work with the fairies. Of course, we have other information as well. So here we have who can connect with the fairies, why connect with the fairies. We talk about fairy energy as well, fairy beliefs, so different beliefs about fairies, how to work with the fairies, and all sorts of great information. So be sure that you give this book a gloss over before you pick up the deck, because you're going to get such great information in here that's going to connect you with the fairies before you even begin your work with the cards. So you want to at least look through it briefly before you get started on the deck. I, for one, was like looking over this with a magnifying glass. But I love Lucy Cavendish's work. I absolutely love her books and everything, so it was a pleasure to read this one. There's a lot of great information in it. So once we move on, oh, by the way, different spreads. So there's 4 different spreads in here. We have the 7-card reading, which is the Fairy Star. We have the Fairy Cross reading, the Trinity spread, and, okay, so it was 3. I could have sworn there were 4. Okay, so there's 3 spreads in here. My bad. So, so there you go. So then we get into the card interpretations. And for the card interpretation, each card will have, of course, its picture in the book, the name of the card, the message of that card, and then detailed information that gives you a little more, I want to say, further meaning into that message. We also have a divinatory meaning, so what the card means when it pops up in a reading, or a possible meaning when it pops up in a reading. And we also have the reversed meaning. So if you have a hard time reading these cards in reversal, if they're not clicking with you intuitively, this book is going to help you with that. So absolutely every card in this deck has a card interpretation page or pages in this book. So that's going to help you to become acquainted with the cards a little bit better. Isn't this picture beautiful? Selina did such a great job on the artwork. I love these pictures in the book. So be sure that you check out this book, that you want to get your hands on this deck, because it really is a great tool to work with. So if you've wanted to work with the fairies but you weren't sure how to get started, this is great for beginners. It's great for people that have more hands-on, or it's great for people that have already been working with the fairy realm, is what I'm trying to say as well. So whether you're new to the fairy realm or you've been working with fairies for a while, this is a great deck for you. I think you're going to find that the energy resonates very easily with both the cards and the book, and as you read both the cards and the book, you're going to have many of those aha moments where you're reading it and you're like, oh my gosh, that makes perfect sense, or that's exactly what I needed to hear. A word of caution, this deck, I've learned, doesn't always tell you what you want to hear. It tells you what you need to hear. So make sure that you approach this deck with an open mind and with a willing spirit, because the messages that are going to come to you will transform your life if you heed the healing messages that the fairies are trying to get through to you. So awesome tool, awesome book, awesome deck. How can I forget the awesome box? So be sure that you check out this deck. I know it's available on Amazon and most likely wherever books are sold. So again, it's The Wild Wisdom of the Faery Oracle. It's created by Lucy Cavendish and Selina Fenech and published by Blue Angel Publishing. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next review. Namaste.